Welcome to the Reiki Attunements instruction video. We'll be focusing on second degree attunements as an example of how to carry out the ritual, and what we will do is to break the attunements down into manageable sections. We'll go through each section in turn, and then to finish we will focus in a bit more detail on some of the stages. We start the attunement with your eyes closed and your hands in the prayer position. Focus on the energy and remind yourself that you have a strong connection with the energy through your crown. Call on Mikao Usui, the Ascended Masters, maybe call on Reiki guides or spirit guides or any deity that you would like to attend to be present during the attunement. Say to yourself that this is to be a second degree attunement. Now you're going to fill your hands with the energy of the Usui Master symbol, the Usui Daikomyo. So you draw the symbol in the air over your palm, say the name 3 times, and then press your palms together 3 times to transfer the energy across to the other hand. Now you're going to be opening yourself up to the energy, and you do this by drawing shokure over each chakra in turn from the crown down to the root. Each time you draw out the symbol and say its name to yourself silently 3 times. Crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, and root. And you follow this by a great big shokure over your entire chakra system. Having opened yourself up to the energy, you now need to create a sacred space, and you do this by drawing symbols in the air, starting with the Usui Master symbol, the Tibetan Master symbol, and then the 3 second degree symbols. You draw the symbols in the air, say their names 3 times, and imagine that their energy is flooding into the room, flooding the room with light, and creating a sacred space. Having done this, you connect your Hui Yin circuit by pulling up your pelvic floor and resting your tongue against the roof of your mouth, and you maintain that connection throughout. The attunement begins by moving towards the person and drawing the fire dragon down their back from the crown down to the root. Having drawn the fire dragon, we rest our hands on the person's shoulders to connect to them. Feel yourself tuning into the person. Feel yourself merging with them. Now you're going to start building up the violet breath. You send energy round the circuit in time with your breathing. As you breathe in, energy passes into your crown and moves down the front channel. The energy rises up the back, and as you breathe out, the energy enters your head and starts spinning. And with each new breath, you add a little more energy to the energy that is already spinning in your head. When you're ready, you're going to be visualizing the Tibetan master symbol in the violet light in your head and say the name to yourself 3 times. And then, moving your hands to the crown, you will blow the symbol and the energy into the crown. Using your finger as a guide, you imagine the symbol and the energy passing down to the base of the skull into the subconscious. And we then follow that by drawing out the Usui master symbol in the air above the crown and say the name 3 times. And again, using your finger as a guide, imagine the symbol passing into the crown and down to the base of the skull, to the subconscious. Having sent the 2 master symbols into the crown, you're now going to be sending the 3 second-degree symbols into the hands, crown and base of skull. For each symbol, you draw it out in the air above the fingers, say the name to yourself silently 3 times, and using your finger as a guide, send the symbol down into the hands, crown and base of skull. This is a second-degree attunement, and so this is the stage where you insert the 3 second-degree symbols. Having done this, you move the person's hands forwards and they bring their hands back into the prayer position. You then move round in front of them. Take hold of their hands, fold out their hands and rest one hand over the other, and while supporting their hands, you are now going to be sending the 3 second-degree symbols into the third eye. For each symbol, you draw it out in the air in front of the third eye, tap as you say the symbol's name, and imagine the symbol is passing into the third eye. Then you move your attention onto the hands. You draw the 3 second-degree symbols in the air over the palm and send the symbols into the hand. For each symbol, you draw it out in the air above the palm, say the symbol's name 3 times as you tap, tapping the palm, and imagine that the symbol is passing into both hands. Having done this, you move the hands apart and press the palms 3 times, activating the palm chakra. You then move the hands back into the prayer position and release the hands, and you're going to be blowing energy up and down the chakras. You blow from the hands to the root, root to the crown, crown to the root, and then root back to the hands. You could then move back round behind the person. Now rest your hands on the shoulders and say to yourself, I visualize a ball of light entering the heart chakra. Imagine energy flying down through the crown down to the heart, where you imagine a brilliant white ball of light shining there. You say an affirmation that you intend is going to be accepted in their heart, so you say, You are a successful and confident Reiki healer. Then you move your thumbs to rest against the base of the skull, and you visualize a door with Shokugure on it. You see the door shutting, locking, bolting, and you say to yourself, I seal this process with divine love and wisdom. The process is complete. You are permanently connected to the Reiki source. Then you can move your hands back down to the shoulders and say to yourself, we are both blessed by this process. Imagine a brilliant white shaft of light shining down on yourself and the person in front of you, and feel yourself bathing in the light. And when you are ready, you can move your hands off the shoulders and move round in front of the person. Move their hands down into their lap, palms down, and take a step back. Holding your palms, facing them, breathe in, release the Hui Yin connection and exhale, and then say a silent thank you in your head to the people that you invited to attend at the beginning of the attunement. The person can be asked to take a few long deep breaths and to bring themselves back and open their eyes. The Tibetan symbol comes first. You blow that into the crown along with the violet light that you built up in your head, and you send it down to the base of the skull using your finger as a guide. You then follow that by drawing out the Usui master symbol in the air above the crown, say the name 3 times, and send that into the crown down to the base of the skull using your finger as a guide. This stage is the same no matter whether you are doing a 1st degree, 2nd degree, or a master attunement. Next comes the stage where you send the 3 2nd degree symbols into the hands, crown and base of skull. For each symbol you draw it out in the air above the fingers, say the name 3 times, and using your finger as a guide, imagine the symbol passing into the hands, crown and base of skull. This is a 2nd degree attunement, and this is the stage where you are sending the 3 2nd degree symbols into the person. Now you continue to send the 2nd degree symbols into the person. Supporting their hands, you send the 3 symbols into the 3rd eye. For each symbol, you draw it out in front of the 3rd eye, say its name to yourself silently 3 times, tapping the air as you do so, imagining the symbols passing into the 3rd eye. Then you move your attention to the hands, and you're going to be sending the 3 2nd degree symbols into the hands, tapping the palm as you say the symbol's name. So you draw a symbol out in the air above the palm, say the name 3 times, tapping as you do so, and imagine that the symbols are passing into the hands. Having done this, you then move the hands apart and press the palms 3 times to activate the palm chakras. Then the hands are brought back into the prayer position, and you move on to blow up and down the chakras.